Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I uploaded something. I'm about to head out real soon. My phone's dying, so I'm just charging it. But while I'm charging my phone, I thought I'd just make a quick little video. And this video is going to be about something called self-awareness. I wish to God a lot of people had self-awareness these days. It sounds like I'm boasting like I have all the self-awareness in the world, but not that I have all the self-awareness in the world. Sometimes I do miss the mark. But I feel like self-awareness is something that, especially in the age of social media, that you're getting a lot of information from different kind of sources. A lot of these sources aren't even accredited, and it's just people's opinions and all that kind of stuff. You're absorbing all these different things that may be factual, may not be factual, and it's creating this kind of persona of the world, this perspective of the world that you just wholeheartedly believe in. But a bit of self-awareness is really going to help you kind of come out of that kind of sunken place. The reason I'm saying this, is because we all have situations in life where we want things to be different, right? It might be a job, it might be school, it might be a relationship or whatever it is, but because we lack self-awareness, we're not able to progress. And without self-awareness, you don't evolve, as far as I am concerned. So I give the example of having a job. In my experience as a designer, without self-awareness, I do not improve and I do not make any progress. I could be stuck in the same position forever and ever and ever. I could be complaining about the job. There are times where I have complained about a job for a long time and didn't do anything about it for a couple years. Some of us are in jobs, and we're like, I don't like this job. We complain about the job, blah, 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 this and that. I don't like this person at the job, etc. Which might be true. This might all be true. But because you lack self-awareness, that you're the one that's actually keeping yourself there in a lot of situations. So if you can go find another job, for example, why don't you go and do it? That's the thing. It's like, it's a bit different when you are complaining and you don't have any other options. But when you're complaining and you have plenty other options, bro, sis, you better go and apply. Go on LinkedIn, do easy apply. You can just do it from your phone. You see what I mean? But if you're not updating your CV or anything, you don't have that self-awareness to know that you are actually the problem. And this is going to sting a lot of people, because for me, sometimes I have to ask myself, am I the problem? Am I actually the problem? Before blaming everybody else, we need to look inwards. We need to actually look at ourselves in the mirror. I'm going to illustrate this thing. There's some animals that do not recognize themselves in the mirror. They recognize it as someone else. And that's saying a lot. Certain animals are really intelligent, can notice their reflection and not think it's another animal or a threat. But there are certain animals that don't recognize themselves in the mirror. They think it's another animal, right? Meaning that they see it as a threat. Have you ever been in a situation, in an environment or in a community, be it your family, be it a religious community, be it a cultural community, and your opinion differs from everyone else? Your opinion seems a bit weird, far-fetched to everybody else because of culture, because of traditions and stuff like that. But everybody else, rather than listening to you, especially when you're making a criticism of their culture, what they do is point the blame at you. So it's just like seeing yourself in the mirror, seeing that there's something wrong with you, but blaming the reflection instead of blaming yourself, looking at yourself as changing the aspects of yourself that need to change to make your reflection better. It's very similar. So people that cannot take criticism lack self-awareness. They lack self-awareness because they don't want to hold the mirror up to themselves and say, maybe I'm the problem. Is there something I'm doing that is contributing to this negative opinion of me? Or is there something I'm doing that I'm not doing in society that I could be doing to make the world a better place? You see it in politics, you see it in religion, you see it in family, all these examples I've given. Because people like us, we human beings, we do not like to hold a mirror up to ourselves and allow ourselves to be criticized, because we don't have the self-awareness. We always think it's a threat. Someone, did I just spit? We always think it is a threat from another person whenever we are criticized. And that is because we have a lack of self-awareness. And it takes practice. When I have my kids, one of the qualities I'm going to try and instill in them is self-awareness. To be able to look at themselves and say, okay, what can I change for myself? I don't want them to see themselves as a problem, but if they are contributing to a problem, I want them to be able to come to that solution saying, you know what? I need to change something in my life. If they come and say, Dad, I'm complaining about this thing, this person, blah, 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 I'll be like, okay, so what can you change, right? Oh, I can change this and that. Okay, try and change those kind of things. You're free to blame everyone else, but also look at yourself and think about, okay, am I removing myself from a situation? Not all situations you can remove yourself. So let's say you're in school and someone's bullying you can't remove yourself from that situation. And I'm going to come there and kick that kid's ass. I don't care how old you are, I'm going to kick your ass. So self-awareness is a powerful tool. And I'm not even just talking about career, just in life in general. Being self-aware to the extent that you could be like, this isn't me. This situation, this thing I'm being asked to do isn't me. When people ask you for favors, the reason why people become kind of like stuck, have you ever done a favor for someone and you're stuck doing that favor for a very long time and then you're tired of it and you're like, actually I should have never said yes in the first place. That's because of a lack of self-awareness. You do a favor and it's kind of like, you're like, maybe I can't commit to this thing. And then you end up committing more than you need to. And then you're expected to continue committing to that. And it's because you're not self-aware enough to tell yourself to admit that you can't commit to that because you want to be a people pleaser. I'm coming for your next today. You want to be a people pleaser for some reason, yeah? I've been there. Growing up, I was a people pleaser. I'm not a people pleaser anymore. If I can't commit to anything, I'm not going to commit. Who am I trying to impress apart from my Father in heaven? So why am I committing to this thing? And it's an insult to you as well. Because if I say yes to commit to something and I don't give it my all, why am I saying yes in the first place? Why would you do this? Why? So I'd rather just be like, look, I can't commit to this. Sorry. And that's because I'm practicing my self-awareness. And self-awareness is self-care. Write that down. Self-awareness is self-care because you are aware of the things that make you unhappy, the things that make you happy, the things that inspire you, the things that don't inspire you. You're aware of you're aware of yourself. That's what it's called. End of discussion. Why don't you just practice that? Write it down. Every now and then, have a time of reflection. Write down things that are making you happy and things that aren't. Things that are taking away your energy, things that are giving you energy, and cut out the things that you don't need. It takes self-awareness to admit that, you know what, I have the power to change certain things. And the things that you don't have the power to do, which I'll talk about in another episode about if you can't change situations, change your environment. Some things you can't do that. Sometimes you can't change your environment. So what can you change? So it's a time of reflection. This has just been me waffling about self-awareness because I feel like if you look on the internet, yeah, a lot of people lack self-awareness on the internet. I don't know why I'm playing with this. I don't know. Okay, let's just put it down. People on the internet lack self-awareness. There's certain situations that have been built in society that make it harder for certain people of color, for example, or black people, or even if it's not black people, in other countries, there are other people that are othered. And there are things in society that are built in that people are used to culturally and traditionally that make it harder for other people. When people hear that criticism, they now start making excuses and straw man arguments saying, what about this? What about that? What about this? Rather than being like, why is this person saying this? Why? Why is this person criticizing me? Because we're defensive. It's human nature to be defensive. When someone says things about men on Twitter, I get really annoyed. Inside of me, I get really annoyed, but I have to stop myself and be like, okay, why am I getting annoyed? Right? Read what they say, and I'm like, is there some truth to what they're saying? I have to ask myself that. I'm like, okay, am I contributing to what they are saying? If not, then why am I feeling angry? Like, I'm not one of these people, clearly, right? But if I am one of these people, I think I'd be more pressed, to be honest. But you should be getting pressed because you are contributing to those issues. And you refuse to, again, hold the mirror to yourself and ask yourself if what that person is saying about you is true. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to ask ourselves those questions, those hard questions like, am I the problem? Am I the issue here? Have you ever met someone that keeps complaining? Right, we all know someone like this. Keeps complaining about the same thing happening over and over and over again with different people. Sooner or later, that person's gonna have to ask themselves, these are all different people that are getting angry for the same reason. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. I've met people that complain about people that they dated, people that they've been in situationships with, and the same thing keeps happening over and over again. Why does it keep happening? Is it them or is it you? Is it you? You might be the problem. It might be you. Because if the same issue keeps happening, there is one factor in that situation that's the same in every event, every occurrence in those, when using dating as example. If you're dating multiple people and you keep having the same issue, people keep breaking up with you or it never works out because of the same issue. You the problem. You are the problem. And you need to realize that you are the problem. You need to hold a mirror to yourself and be like, I am the problem, I need to change this. Do you know what it's like, yeah? Your bum might smell and you don't know that your bum smells, but everyone else can smell it. But for some reason, yeah, you haven't realized that your bum smells, right? But people keep walking away from you saying you smell, but you don't even need to be. Someone tells you smell. Would you not check? Would you not check if your bum smells? Would you not check that you have BO? I'm very conscious about body odor, so I'm always spraying. Yeah. Have you ever met someone that doesn't know they smell, despite people telling them that they smell, but they're in denial that they smell because they lack self-awareness, because they won't wash their bum? And it's the truth. I'm not even exaggerating. There are people like that. They don't know. For some reason, it's always everyone else's fault. It's always everyone else that's crazy. But you can't be crazy. Why? You can't be the one that smells. Everyone else must smell. I smell like roses. People just don't know what roses smell like. But roses really smell like dew. As the Honorable Prophet's outcast said, you might be the smelly one. You need to change. Wipe your bum. That is the truth. And sometimes, using smelly, we're going to be talking about body odor. Sometimes it actually takes other people to tell you, like a closest friend. If your closest friend comes and tells you you are the problem and you're still not listening, you have issues. You need to seek help. Go get some help. Go see a therapist. Go speak to your pastor. Go speak to your priest. Go get some help, because clearly you are not noticing anything. And you even look at the mirror and think that your reflection is someone else that is trying to cause trouble. Meanwhile, you are your reflection, but you lack self-awareness. You need self-awareness, guys. Get some self-awareness. If there is something that you take away from this video, take away self-awareness. Start practicing self-awareness. It's because self-awareness is self-care. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and remember, wipe your bum.